Yo, what's good, boys? Today we're just going to be talking about how I spent $130,000 on TikTok ads profitably this year and how I did it. So let's get right into the nitty gritty of it. The first thing that I want to kind of cover is having a good media buying system. And this actually does not mean the actual media buying. This is talking about understanding what you're doing and why you are doing it. The best way that I've found that I can do this is through tracking everything that I do. So if I'm testing a new hook, if I'm testing a new body piece of a content, I'm going to keep a track of it. This is just how I keep a track of it in this spreadsheet. I think I wrote here that if you want a copy of this, send me a message on Instagram. It's in the description, and I'll send you a copy. So basically, what do I do with the spreadsheet? Every time I do something with an ad, do something with a campaign, I will log it, right? So, things that are still being tested are, in testing. Things that are killed are killed. I keep notes on everything. Why is this important? Well, if you have a piece of content that is performing, you can tell over a period of time that it's performing, and you can take pieces of that content and apply it to new pieces of content. A great example of this is Hook 5 for us. So we determined through trial and error that Hook 5 is a really good performing piece of content. So if we go over to Creative Hub, source files, hooks. So if we go over here to Hook 5, you can see Hook 5.
I ordered a pop ring.
This ended up being a ridiculously good piece of content for us. We took that exact hook and we tested it. So we tested Hook 5 on T022, which was a piece of content that, if we just look up T022, let me go over here. So you can see T022 with Hook 5 actually produced an insane amount of results for us. We spent this year $8,000 on just TikTok for that piece of content, which yielded 290 purchases for us. So we were like, great, this piece of content works. How do we know that? Because we tracked it, and we were able to identify exactly why that piece of content worked. And then we were able to be like, perfect, let's take that piece of content and let's also add it to another piece of content, T044. We put Hook 5 on T044, and I have these notes that were a couple days later. So 2 days after that test, I took some notes and I said, boom, as predicted, T044 with Hook 5 is also a winner. So it's really important to keep track of everything you're doing, take notes on everything you're doing, and identify why things that you are doing are performing or are not performing, so you can add them to future content and apply them in the future. So that's really the very big first point that I wanted to make. Second point here is shooting content out of your ass. You need, for TikTok specifically, a fuck ton of content, right? So daily, if not weekly, refreshes, in my opinion, are necessary. What do I mean by this? I mean testing everything, right? Testing different pitches, testing music, no music. You want to continue producing content and continue testing piece of content. You can see here in the tracker, we tested T044 pitching it up. We tested it pitching it down. We tested it, I believe this is with music. We tested it with Hook 5. So it's very, very important that you are testing content out of your ass as much as physically possible. Kind of to add on to this, we have a hooks folder. We're testing all these hooks on all pieces of content. This can go super deep. We're testing a bunch of different B-roll. We're testing a bunch of different music. We're testing different voiceovers. It's extremely important to test everything, because most people focus on the product instead of focusing on the content, and that's a big mistake that I made and learned the hard way. Right, so next is building out the rest of your ecosystem. So you can't just rely on TikTok. I learned this by just relying on Facebook throughout 2018 through 2020, only relied on Facebook. That basically got me fucked, because what happens when your Facebook account gets banned? What happens when your TikTok ads stop delivering? Your ecosystem and your brand and your store cannot function off of one channel, at least in the long run. Sure, you can make a quick pop-up store that's going to run for a couple of days and then you end up killing it, fine. You know, if that works for you, that works for you. But if you're trying to build something that's long-term, you need to build out the entire system. So TikTok, Google, Facebook, all that needs attention. Don't sleep on them. That's it. That's really the whole entire video. I just wanted to cover a few points on or a few pointers that allowed us to spend a large amount of money in 2022 and get some good results with TikTok. If you like this content, feel free to subscribe. If you didn't, let me know what I could improve in the comments. Ciao.